지금 다운로드 받으세요.
Many favors.
Yeah, he needed those overcharges. Just a little bit of miss micro there. Not able to get out of the corrosive biles, but we are going to go on to game number 3. It's going to be Maru here versus Super. And Maru did 2-0 everybody that he faced. No big surprise there.
Yeah, in individual league results, you can see Maru is not as accomplished as some of his other Terran brethren, but when you look at this guy in Pro League, he is an absolute monster. Wins best of ones back and forth, upside down, right ways, front ways, I don't know. He wins every best of one you put him in, and he's going to be playing, you know, at least 5 today.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything, but Super actually looks a bit tired today. I think he was practicing very, very hard yesterday to come into this group. I mean, there's a lot on the line for this guy, and I think he knows himself that he has the ability to overcome one of these titans of Zest Maru Hero. But he has a lot of work to do, and it starts with this game here, his first game against Maru.
I want to point out, actually, that, well, I'll do it once we get in game, but it's crazy how long Super has been playing StarCraft 2. Looks like we're going to jump into that game, though, right here, right now. Let's jump into game 3.
Here we are on King Sejong Station for game number 3. And down here in the bottom right in the red, the Terran player from the Jin Air Green Wings, it is Maru.
And up at the top left, in blue, his opponent, it is Super and the Afrika Freaks. So, 3 members of this group, Lucira, Maru, and Super, have been playing this game since the beta of Wings of Liberty. So, like, since the beginning of StarCraft 2's life. And they were all on 3 different teams back then. Maru was on Prime, Super was on MVP. It was known as Vampire back then. And Lucira was on, of course, Incredible Miracle, which is the team that Nesty and MVP came out, if you followed StarCraft 2 since all the way at the beginning. But they're still here, like 6 years later. Like 6 years later.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that a player like Super, who's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, by far the oldest of the 3, is still around and still playing the game, even though he has not had as much success as, say, Maru or Lucira, but still playing at the highest level here. And that just makes me really happy. This is the longevity we have in this scene.
I mean, this game isn't going anywhere, right? If you have people who are playing for 6 years with all the new games that are coming out, and we have a bunch of game traders, right, who are going from game to game. Some people going over to Heroes, some people trying out LoL and failing. Some people, you know, now with Overwatch coming out, you know, who knows what's going to happen there. Hopefully, you know, we don't have too many people leaving. And they are vastly different genres, too, of games, so I doubt that we will, especially some of these, you know, more successful players out here in Korea. But it's pretty unbelievable the lifespan that we have for some of these players, for sure.
And speaking of going to other games and leaving and whatnot, I actually had some of the most supportive tweets of me while I was doing Heroes. And I know I missed a lot of StarCraft casts out here, guys, and I do apologize for that, but schedule conflicts do happen. I really appreciate that everyone in the StarCraft scene knows that I'm not leaving StarCraft. I'm not walking away from that. I'm doing both games, and I just really appreciate all the kind tweets you guys sent me while I was over at DreamHack. But I'm back here. I'm doing StarCraft. I'm casting StarCraft today, right now, live. It's happening.
Live at the Nexon Arena. Here you are, Wolf. Glad to have you back. Had some guests over here. You know, we had Artie.
Yeah, Artie
McParty and Tasty McBacon coming over. Had a bit of fun, but it's nice to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to cast with you again. And to be totally honest, it's good to cast in Korea. The casting setups, they feel like home to me. When I cast overseas, the setups are always different. They're just, you know, we basically...
Yeah, it's Korea, like your away map, man.
Yeah, it's my away map. You gotta go
over there and do some away cheese.
I had some away
caster cheese.
When I come here, though, I feel like I'm at home, and I cast in the setup. I've been casting it here for 5 years now. And anyway, talking about this game a little bit, I guess, before we get too deep on life and our choices and things like that, and casting setups, we have a Blink build coming out from Super, and Maru is going for a drop aggression with 6 Marines and a Widowmine, and following up with a Liberator, so that's going to come around the map and do some harass afterwards. A good build for the map, pretty standard.
Yeah, and I like the build here from Super, too. Just going to get a bit defensive and take an earlier third base, but the drop is coming in, and there's nothing in the main. Going to have to pull everything. He's going to have to rely on overcharges, and there he does go. Actually, a couple, and that Medevac almost goes down, but at the same time, all of the Marines nearly do go down.
Oh, no, he should not be fighting with probes here. Okay, he does split them at the last second there. That was really stressful. A lot more probes could have gone down than did. 6 in total, though, still a decent amount of damage done here from Maru. Does clean up the Widowmine, and with both overcharges used here, he's going to come back in and look for more. 5 health on this Medevac, but, you know, as long as it doesn't have 0, it's still useful.
He just got another overcharge, but Maru actually pulls out after getting all of that damage. And here we go, the Liberator now coming in, and Blink is not done. How many Stalkers does he even have? He only has 3. This is going to delay a ton of mining time. We expected Maru to do really well in this group, and already in game number 1 that he's playing, he's doing incredibly well here against Super.
Super's not sending his Mothership Core down to overcharge. 3 Stalkers can't kill this. Okay, he has a few more now, and he does have the Blink.
He actually needed a pylon in position to deal with
this. Yeah, it's too far away.
Yeah.
Like, I think that one's not even in range now that I look at it a little bit closer. I think you're right.
No, definitely. He needed one behind that mineral patch there. But
so Maru lost a Widowmine and 3 Marines and a Liberator to kill so many probes. Like, he's 5 workers up versus Chrono Boost right now at 5 minutes and 40 seconds in the game. Plus the fact that he has mules, and he's got more Liberators coming out. He's got you know, stim and combat shields +1 on the way. He's very well set up to take this game. The only thing Super has going for him is a third base.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Something I've been noticing a lot from Maru is that he takes a later third base than most Terrans, just playing it a bit safer, and that's been the death of him in the past. He's lost some games, definitely. I remember a game on Dusk Towers. I think it was the one loss he took on in Pro League, rather. And he got a big early lead, but then he kind of just did this, you know, just macroed up, got a lot of barracks, and tried to go for another attack, but it failed, and he didn't have a third base to fall back on. And especially on a map like this, Sejong Station or even Dusk Towers, it's very easy to take that third base, and I would really love to see him take it. Otherwise, he's going to have to get a lot of damage done here with these drops.
I have faith that he will. Going to optimize the drops there, sending them across. I have faith that he will actually get a lot of damage done with this, just simply because the unit count of Super is so small. Like, Maru committed not to economy, but to the aggression, and yeah, that means it has to do damage, but he has double the army supply right now, and all there really is for Super is Blink. He doesn't have any AoE damage whatsoever. He got a Robotics Bay, but he isn't using it yet, and I think he just simply is going to lose his third base here or his army, and maybe both, trying to defend as probes go down in the main.
Oh, man. I love this. He's forcing a response in the main and at the third base, and this Protoss army, I don't think that's enough. Not for 3 Medevacs full of units here, especially with Stim about to finish up. I believe Combat Shields is done. Yes, it is. And now Maru's just going to fight straight up against these Stalkers, and even with Blink, they can't really fight here. Oh man.
Probes went the wrong way there. I think that is pretty much game, as Maru will force the units away. GG.
There we go. A very, very quick one. Nice move there by Maru. His aggression this time working out. Able to take an easy win there against Super.
Yeah, I think Super really neglecting pylons on all fronts. So important versus a harassment-based Terran like Maru, who's going to drop you in the main. He's going to be hitting you with Liberators at both your bases. He didn't have pylon stuff at his third base even, and he just got pulled apart. It was hard after the initial probe losses because Maru didn't commit to economy. He just went for the aggro. He swung the hammer. It's like he knew he was going to do that much damage, and he just was like following a recipe for the death of Super.
Kind of just looked like a very elongated build order up until like minute 8 there, where he's like, I go for this aggression, this harass, and then I eventually kill him right away. But guys, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We're going to be right back with game number 4.